Hi. Welcome, guys. Welcome, girls. Bear with me podcast. I am your host, Whit, or a girl with the locks. Look, just peep the hang. Like we're sitting, we're resting casually, calmly, nicely on my shoulders. Yes. Um, we soon as I start recording, he want to show out. Anywho, we're back visual again. Yes, wherever you like to listen, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Samsung Podcast, iHeartRadio, Pandora. I think there's another one, but I can't remember. Wherever you like to listen, I'm there. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Bear with me podcast. We're back. We made a few adjustments from last time to this time. I moved my mic up higher, so hopefully that helps with the audio. And we did a couple of little different settings on the visual because we gotta look nice, especially if you're gonna be watching it on YouTube. So yeah, I've been very excited to record this episode because back in January, I experienced my first African, specifically Nigerian, wedding. So before I begin, I want to give a congratulations to the bride and groom, or the husband and wife now. I had always heard about going to an African wedding, like it be lit, the party don't stop, do. And so I'm like, okay. And so I went in kind of like, okay, I know I'm gonna have a good time and I know it's gonna be lit and I know the party don't stop type. Nothing could have prepared me for what I was going to experience. So that is today's episode, Storytime Tuesday. I went to my first African wedding, specifically Nigerian. I feel like that kind of matters because, yeah. I also want to state that, whatever, we're just going to get into it. We're just going to go right there. Number one, fun. I had a good time. I did. I had a good time. Like that part about the people telling me, like, you're going to have fun, you're going to have fun, you're going to have fun. I had a good time, for sure. Find you a Nigerian friend and y'all gonna have a good time. It's also very interesting because the mutual friend between us who I met the bride through, she was like, you remind me of my friend, and we are similar energy and I just love her. Like she is awesome. Number two, and I took notes because I had to make sure that I get the buckets that I wanted to get. It is fun because a Nigerian wedding is a production, y'all. Anything you think you like, there was, I don't even know. It was a production. Let me just paint the picture. And so you pull up and you walk into like the little lobby area before you go into the actual like event space. There was a person doing caricatures, like drawings. What? At a wedding? Okay. I'm here. Let's do it. Then their engagement photos were like blown up the size of a wall. And you could essentially be standing with the bride and groom, like soup, like life size type style. Then there was like a telephone booth where you step into the booth and you leave a message for the bride and groom. Okay. And then, but wait, there's more. Then there was like a photo booth. So they had this backdrop and you could then there was like this little machine where you could pick what you wanted your border to be, and then you take your pictures. And you even could create a GIF or a GIF. I say GIF because that's what the creators called it, but it's a GIF or GIF. Yeah, GIF. Yeah. You could create a GIF and you could have that sent to your phone and everything like that. And then they instantly printed out your pictures right there. Y'all, you have yet to walk into the event space. Let me remind y'all, I have yet to walk into the event space. I'm just in the lobby area. What? Crazy. Photo booth, caricature, photo wall, telephone booth. That was 4 things. Walk in. Beautiful. They had like this archway and it was fully decorated. And then I knew it was big. I knew it was gonna be a lot of people up in there. But I didn't think it was gonna be what it was because y'all, they had 2 screens. Like we if you kind of can't see what's going on for whatever, you got some screens up here to be able to see. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I was like, okay. It didn't really truly dawn on me. I'm just like, oh, we really doing this. Okay, okay. So a lot of my friends were a part of the bridal party. Now, when I say that, I'm saying bridal party loosely because there was one of my friends in our circle of friends. She was an actual bridesmaid. The other 2, 3, 4 girls that we all in the same little friend group with, they were what I'm now going to call bridal auxiliary. I say that because they got customized dresses and hair wraps and all of this, and they like walked in before the bride and groom. I think they walked in at some point. They had like an entrance, and they had like special seating, and I was like, wow, like so you got the people who in it because they were a part of the traditional and the white wedding, and then you got the friends who like I ain't really got no space for you in my bridal lineup, but I'm gonna make a space for you as like one of my homie. I don't know how you would want to describe it, but y'all, it was just it threw me, but I was rocking with it because it's like I think about when I get married, I only really want because I have a lot of friends that I would want to be a part of the wedding, but that's a big bridal party, and when it's too many cooks in the kitchen, the food gets salty or undercooked or whatever. So it's like I'm gonna just leave it only for my sisters. But then it would be nice if my close friends who I would kind of want to be a part of the wedding, they just wore another like dress style or whatever, and they would be like the auxiliary. And I was like, okay, I can see this. Then there was this huge uh food table that that had their initials and the ampersand symbol, and then so that it was fruit all on that, and then it was fruit all on the table. I was just like, wow, wow, okay. And so we was there for a little bit, and then they started the open bar. Now, I'm gonna go into my next point, because while it was a production, the production was all throughout. I'm gonna go into my next point about my first experience. So when I would tell people that I went to a African wedding, and they'd be like, "How long was you there? How long was you there? How long was you there?" They be partying, they be partying, they be partying. I'm like, okay. And so my friends who I was going with, they were part of the auxiliary, and I was like, "Well, what time we need to pull up?" And she was like, get there between she said 7:30. So I was like, all right, bet. So unfortunately, the stereotype of things not starting on time. Okay, it was kind of true because I pulled up at 7:34 and I was nervous because most people be like, oh, and then there was a sense of urgency too because they was like, you want to get there before she come out and do this and do that. And I'm like, okay, I got to get there. So I got there like 7:36, 7:40, one of those 2 times, can't remember. And so I'm like, all right, bet. So we go in, and I'm at the traditional wedding, so I don't really know what to expect. And so I'm like, okay, bet. So I'm inside and I'm chilling, and then more friends and like more friends come sit at the table that we finna be sitting at. And I'm just like, okay. And they were like, yeah, it ain't finna start. I was like, what? They was like, it's not finna start. I was like, yo, I was really rushing. I was really trying and do. And they were like, nah, we not finna start. And then one dude was like, yeah, I feel like Nigerian weddings, they move on vibes. When the vibe is right, then I say, what? Yeah, yeah, yeah. They move on vibes. I'm like, okay. Still not really sure what that mean or what that look like. So it's 8 o'clock, nothing. 9, 9:15. Bar is open. We're drink. When I tell you when we walked in, it was pretty much a ghost town. Like I feel like I could have counted the number of people that were there when we showed up at 7:30. 9:15, 9:20, 9:25, 9:30. They coming around now, so they got this cart with beer, Capri Suns, and some more stuff and some more stuff. And then they also coming around with, I don't know what this snack, I think it was called chin chin, chin chin, chin, something. It was called something. And it was fire. Because by this time I'm getting hungry. And it reminded me of like shortbread. And then it had some nuts. One bag would be nuts and one bag would be the little fake shortbread, chichin or I don't know, but it started with a CH, I know, and it was repetitive. If you know, meet me in the comments. So that we had that. And so now we placing bets at the table. We like, what time we think it's gonna get started? What time? What time? And I don't remember all the different bets that we placed, but things started at about 10-ish. Yeah, 10. You know what? I got pictures. So hold on, let me pull up my phone and see when I started taking pictures of the beginning, because that'll let me know everything. My first video, okay, not 10, but about 9:45. Yeah, because this video, they about halfway in, and so that's at 9:48. So yeah, you talking 9:40, 9:45 when stuff really got started. I've been sitting there since 7:36, 7:40. 2 hours away, but thankfully the music was good, the drinks were pouring. So I'm like, man, you know. So they start coming out, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is super cool. It's an experience. Like, it is an experience. And let me move. So I'm looking around the room. I'm like, how many people in here? And so I'm thinking, because I'm on one side, it's big enough where I don't truly see all of the other side. Oh Lord. Anyway, so now that we're in motion, I'm highly ready to eat. I'm very much ready to eat food. Oh my gosh, these little what kind of bread was this, y'all? I don't remember. Puff puff. Was it puff puff? I don't remember. I'm gonna take a pause because I still have the order of events and I need it for this. So of course, now that I'm looking for it, I can't find it. Oh, grinds my gears. Anyway, this bread, they little balls, they almost look like hush puppies, but they had a smoother breading or coat, like what they almost look like non-glazed munchkins, the little small donut holes. Yeah, they almost look like those. I don't know, but the food was fire. Jollof rice, I mean, why not? Give me more, and more and more. Chicken coming off the bone season, had a little kick, here for it. Y'all, so when I tell y'all it was a lot of people up in there, the fact that they had those two screens airing essentially the wedding, the ceremony, I was like, I wonder how many people up in here. And I'm looking around, I'm like, yeah, this easily 500. Yo, so many people. There were two serving lines. Two serving lines. My side, the other side, in this big old space. So 500 might be being generous, y'all. It might have been more people in there than that. Now, let me take y'all back to just days before the wedding. We all hung out for the mutual friend's birthday, and we was talking. It was like, you ready? You excited? Can't wait. She was like, make sure I see you. I said, huh? She was like, yeah, make sure I see you. Make sure I see you. And I'm just like, what? I don't understand why you would have to make sure you see me. Okay, girl. All right. I'm going to make sure. Now, after I think about the entire thing, yeah, you could go to a Nigerian wedding and never see and or speak to the bride and groom. It's very likely. Very likely. Baby girl sat down one time. One of the elements, after they all came in, one of the elements was she had to find her husband. And so she's literally walking through the tables around the event space looking for him. And her bridesmaids are like behind her. And they got this little two-step routine. And I was just like, production. Wow, this is a production. And so I said, I'm gonna make sure she see me. So at one point she was coming around my way, took the phone out. I'm like, hey girl, hey. Like, I'm gonna make sure. She's like, hey. And I'm like, yeah. So now we locked eyes. So now I see you see me. Oh my, like there, and then there's so many people that are there. So many people. Now let's get to the good, okay? Now everybody know in African culture, specifically at that wedding and at other different events, we throwing that money. Money was in excess, okay? So much money before it really got, once it almost got ready to get started, they say, hey, come over to this table and get you some change. Get you some change. The change table stayed operating. So that just leaves me to wonder, how much did the train station have before we got started? Okay, I'm telling you, I'm y'all, money. Okay, money. I'm like, wow, 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 wow. Yeah, it was. I'll take a pause. Um, it made me desire to know my origins, like, because the bride and groom came from two tribes. One is Yoruba and the other is Igbo. And so another reason why it was such a production is because both tribes have their own rituals or things that they do in their traditional ceremonies. And so they incorporated and infused both of those. So that was another reason why it was so long, because I'm gonna tell y'all, Whit left at 2:36, 34, something like that. I left at 2:30 in the morning. They were still going. I said, I'm done. I'm tapped. I'm full. And I done hit me a quick little 1-2. Yeah, I'm done. I've enjoyed this experience, really have. But it really just made me desire to know, like, where I originally originate from, if that makes sense. Like, I kind of want to know where my ancestors trace back to be a part of that culture, or to just experience, a tight-knit community. Like, living up in here, I'm black, but where am I from, for real, to really know how to engage with, just having that community. Like, that's what it really made me desire. But anyway, so you know how black folk, you know how we get to being somewhere and we're like, I wonder how much all this costs. Yeah, I'm gonna be very honest. I definitely wondered how much it costs, because here's another reason why. Okay, because I told you it was a production, right? I need you to sit down. I told you it was a production. Baby girl had 8 dresses. 8. So that was another reason why I stayed as long, because I said, I want to see every dress. I need to see every dress. And dress after dress after dress, just when you didn't think it was going to get any more bad, any more fire, any more meticulous, any more spectacular, she leveled it up, leveled it up, leveled it up, leveled it up, leveled it up. I went, and the groom did his thing too. Let me not just give it all to the bride, but every outfit was detailed down to the accessories. And then she even had hair changes. Like, the first outfit, we got our hair in this, and I love her locks. I love her locks. We got our hair in this, like, basket type of shebang, going real goddess queen. Okay. Then we put our hair back in a bun, and we had this little fan of the little hair wrapped it. And then the makeup stayed flawless the whole night. Stayed flawless the whole. When I tell, it was just they gave a look. Okay, looks were served, delivered, everything on point. Yeah. So then we get to my favorite outfit. I'm just be honest, was the green one. Well, yeah, the green one. The green one was so fire. But then the finale dress was fire too. They all hit. They all hit. Yo, and how? Let me just also state another element of the production. They had this Igbo tribe of dancers do a little after one of the processions where the bride and groom came in. They had some Igbo dancers come in and do a little 1-2, and I'm like, I'm here. I'm living. I am experiencing. I love this. I love this a lot. Oh, let's go to the liquor, right? Because I'm gonna tell you, I was like, if these weddings go as long as they say they go, what's going on with the liquor? Y'all, I don't know if y'all ever seen one of them big old bottles of Hennessy where it's like super big at the base and it got the long neck. One of those was up on top of the bottle. I say, where we get that big old bottle from? You never ran out of liquor. Never. Whatever you wanted, they had it. Like production. Not a single detail was missed, not seen through. Like, I just want to give a shout out to all those a part of that wedding. More specifically, because guess who planned the wedding? Guess who planned it? Okay, with that level of detail. The bride. I'm trying to get to the messages because she has her own consulting company. It is called, and I'm going to put it on the screen and I'm also put it in the comments, Signature Consults NG. Luxury consulting for flawless celebrations. Located in Houston, virtual and global. Let me really set the tone for what she say. Where is it? All right. Signature Consults NG is a premier consulting brand specializing in luxury, culturally rich, and high-end celebrations. Founded by Dr. Ngozi, you got to put the doctor in front, put some weight on there. A creative professional and Doctor Who meticulously planned her own white and traditional wedding. Signature Consults NG offers expert guidance, strategic insights, and personalized consulting for brides and couples seeking a seamless, stress-free luxury wedding experience. With a strong foundation in consulting and planning, we provide tailored advice to ensure every detail aligns with your vision, budget, and style, whether you're planning a grand celebration or an intimate affair. What we offer: personalized luxury consultations, budgeting, vendor selection, and logistics guidance, take your time. Culture-infused insights for Nigerian, African, and multicultural couples, expert strategies for navigating the wedding process with ease. Houston and virtual and global, because luxury consulting has no borders. Book a consultation today and let's bring your vision to life flawlessly. So shout out to Ngozi, Dr. Ngozi, put some respect on it, because for her to plan her entire wedding to the level that she did, and when I saw the videos from the white wedding, y'all, another production. All I know is for that to have been my first Nigerian wedding experience, I'm pleased. Round of applause. Congratulations. May you all have a happy, fruitful, prosperous, sound, healthy, wholesome union with each other. I enjoyed attending. If there's anything else, if there's a party of whatever y'all doing again, please invite me. Please, 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 please. Throughout this video, I'm gonna be attaching like different outfits and little videos, embedding them in this one, so that y'all can see what I'm talking about. So if you listen to all of this on audio, hit the YouTube just so you can see what I was talking about. Because I promise you no lies. I promise you no lies. Yeah, that was my first Nigerian wedding experience, and that was a good time. So thank you for the invite. As always, wishing you love, light, laughter, and everything in between. Until next time.